Hello, I'm John Denny with the Telos Corporation, and this is Xacta Tidbits. Xacta Tidbits is designed to give you all the tips and tricks and ways to solve and troubleshoot certain common problems within Xacta. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to upload diagrams. In the past, we've received several emails on the front door for the AFIC and 16th Air Force on problems concerning uploading diagrams into Xacta. The problem normally comes from uploading the diagram and then the diagram just not showing up. So in today's video, we're going to show you the proper way of how to upload your diagram into Xacta and make sure that it shows up properly so that you can continue to move your project forward.
So within Xacta 360, I've logged in and now I'm at my projects. I'm going to select the project that I want to add my diagram to, which in this case is going to be the SP Student 01-A project. I'll select it by clicking on it. Now that I'm inside my project, I'm going to make sure that my role is set to ISM, and it is. And I'm going to click inside of Security Categorization. Inside Security Categorization, I'll see where I have the System Boundary Diagram step. There's also another step that's in the Information System Description step where you can upload your system data flow diagram. The steps provided here will be the same steps that you will use for that. For now, we're going to stick with just doing the System Boundary Diagram. Inside the System Boundary Diagram, I've got a Save All button, a Reset button, the Completed button, the paperclip for adding artifacts, which we will talk about in a moment. I've got a Previous and Next buttons, and I also have a Remake and Insert button. Now, down here at the bottom, these Remake and Insert buttons, these are legacy buttons that no longer work within Xacta for uploading your images. So we have to work on uploading our images and diagrams for this particular step in a different way. Inside the System Boundary Diagram box here, I'm going to click on any of the white space. Once I click on that, I'll be entered into what we call the What You See is What You Get editor. Any text that's in here from earlier, I'm just going to go ahead and delete. And I have now a blank slate here that is ready for a diagram. I'm going to scroll over to the side here and I'll hover over this small icon, and as you can see it says the word image. The icon looks like some mountains with the sun rising up on the back of them. But this is the button that you want to click in order to add your image to Xacta 360 for the System Boundary Diagram step and the System Data Flow Diagram steps. Clicking on Image will bring up the Image Properties box. We have an Image Info and we have an Upload tab. If you notice, the Image Info tab has a blank URL. The alternate text is blank, width, height, border, everything is blank. And inside the preview, there's some Latin text. The Latin text will not appear with your diagram, so you don't have to worry about deleting this out. So we're going to go ahead and click on the Upload button. And from here, we're going to click on Choose File. From Choose File, I'm going to go to wherever my diagram is located. In this case, I have my sample Xacta 360 Training Network System Boundary Diagram. Your diagram may be located in a different place, such as your Downloads folder, maybe your desktop, or even inside of your My Documents folder. It's up to you to navigate to the correct folder and where your diagram is located. Once you've located that file, you can click on the file and then select Open. You'll notice that the name of the file has been populated next to the Choose File button. We are now ready to send the file to the server. This will send our diagram picture over to the Xacta 360 server. So we'll click on this button, and it takes us back over to the Image Info tab. Gives us a URL for where the image is now located on the server, a width and height of the image as well, and a small preview of what the image looks like. We'll click the OK button, and our image is now populated inside of our What You See Is What You Get editor. Now that I'm done uploading my diagram into the What You See Is What You Get editor, I'm going to go ahead and click the Save All button here at the top to make sure that I don't lose any of my data. Now that everything is saved, there's only one more step left to do. Our DAOs have requested that we now attach an artifact of our diagrams to Xacta 360 so that they can view the diagram in its full resolution. Sometimes when you put a diagram inside the What You See Is What You Get editor, the resolution changes and makes things a little difficult to read. Therefore, our DAOs have asked that we paperclip our diagrams inside this particular step. On the side, we have a paperclip here that says Attach Artifact. Just by hovering over it, you'll see those words. When we click on the paperclip, we're presented with the artifact list. From here, we can click the plus button to add a new artifact. On the Add screen, we can now choose a file, just like before. So we'll choose the file, again the sample Xacta 360 Training Network System Boundary Diagram, and then I'll click the Open button. Now that my diagram is in here, I can add a simple description. Xacta 360 Training System Boundary Diagram. This way, the description will show up along with the file name. If I need to classify my document, I can do so by clicking the Classify button. When you click Classify, you're presented with several options from unclassified through top secret with different disseminations, different SCI controls, different compartments, and different specialized access programs depending on what you select. Since this is an unclassified diagram, we're going to just go ahead and click Unclassified and click the Set button. You'll notice that now that it is set for unclassified, we have disseminations on the side. Some for official use only, some no foreign, some Oricon, and other as well. If you need to add a dissemination, you would just simply do the same thing where you would click on it and then you would click the Add button. We don't need any extra disseminations for our particular diagram, so I'm going to leave it as unclassified. Remember, anytime you make any changes within Xacta, you should always click the Save button. We'll click OK on the pop-up, and now we can see that our diagram is listed as unclassified. So our diagram is here, our description is here, and we've classified it as unclassified. The last thing we need to do is click the Save button. So we'll click Save, and we're brought back to the artifact list. As you can see on the artifact list, there's the file name for our boundary diagram. It says unclassified underneath it, and there's a description next to it, and the date of when it was uploaded. We can now click the Close button, and we're presented back to the System Boundary Diagram page. We notice that next to the paperclip now, there's a 1. The 1 is indicating that there is one attachment for this process step within Xacta, and that would be the artifact that we just attached. And the artifact was our System Boundary Diagram. As you can see, using this process is fairly simple. Just know that the Remake and Insert buttons do not work anymore within Xacta, and you must use the What You See Is What You Can Get editor. Don't forget to paperclip your diagram at the end and continue on with your project steps. We can do that simply by clicking the Completed button, and we are ready to go.
As you can see, Uploading your diagrams is a fairly easy process. With the What You See Is What You Get editor, it makes it simple for you to get your diagrams into Xacta so that they can be correctly viewed and your project can move forward. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you around the AFIC and 16th Air Force. For more great content, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel to get the latest Xacta tidbits.